It all began like a tiny snowball rolling down a mountain. A misunderstood fact, a single misprinted article, and suddenly, the world believed Einstein had terrible grades. The story spread like wildfire. Parents repeated it to encourage their kids. Teachers mentioned it during tough exams, and millions silently smiled, thinking, if the genius of the century flunked math, then there's hope for me. But this comforting little lie was about to crumble. Picture young Albert at age 12, sitting in a quiet classroom, notebook open, eyes shining with curiosity. He wasn't failing. He wasn't struggling. He wasn't confused. In fact, he was doing something far more unbelievable for a child his age. He was teaching himself algebra and calculus. By 15, he was already solving equations most adults couldn't understand. His report card? Not failing, not even average. The truth? Einstein was a top math student, one of the best. So how did the myth even start? Here's where the story gets spicy. A reporter once looked at Einstein's Swiss school grades. He saw the numbers 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and assumed it was like the American system, where 1 is failing and 6 is excellent. But in Switzerland, it was the opposite. 6 equals A+ level excellence. 1 equals the lowest grade. Einstein? He scored mostly 6s, top grades, outstanding performance, a math prodigy. But the damage was done. One wrong assumption, one careless interpretation, and a myth was born. Years later, a journalist finally asked Einstein directly, "Is it true that you failed math?" Einstein laughed, a soft, gentle laugh. Then he replied, "I never failed mathematics. Before I was 15, I had mastered differential and integral calculus, one of the greatest lines in history, because it killed the myth in a single sentence." Why did the myth survive for so long? Because people needed it. It made Einstein human. It made genius feel reachable. It turned struggle into hope. And let's be honest, it was a comforting excuse during every failed test. But Einstein's true story is actually more inspiring. Not that he struggled, but that he worked harder than everyone around him. Not that he failed, but that he was obsessed with understanding how the world works. His curiosity was bigger than his talent, and that is what made him a legend. Einstein wasn't a miracle. He wasn't born knowing everything. He wasn't a superhero. He was a child who asked questions, a teenager who studied relentlessly, a man who refused to accept easy answers. He didn't fail math, he mastered math, and then used it to rewrite the laws of the universe. So the next time someone says, Einstein failed math, you'll know the truth. He didn't fail, he excelled, he questioned, he learned, he grew. And that is the real lesson. You don't become great by failing or succeeding. You become great by refusing to stop learning.